Joe's magical journey. Once upon a time, in a land full of magic, there once was a wacky little wizard man on a magical quest to make as much wizards happy. This wacky little wizard man was called Joe, and Joe was so happy that he could do magic anywhere and anytime. He would make other wacky wizards also really happy with his magic, because Joe did something special with his type of magic. Then one day, Wacky Wizard Joe was fired from his job as a wacky little wizard man, because he made too many other wizards happy with magic, which was not allowed. You only could perform small magic with small amounts. But Joe didn't listen to the capitalist society, and therefore the happiness got so out of hand that the wizard society collapsed. Due to this fact, now all the wizards weren't allowed to do magic anymore and had to find really real human jobs. A lot of wizards were on the streets looking for a new job just like Joe was doing. Joe was absolutely angry and frustrated about the fact that he could not do magic anymore, and that this was all he ever wanted to do. But someone took it away from him. He was furious and absolutely angry, but also a bit hungry. That's why Joe was going to the local grocery store at night to rob the cash register, because he was out of money and could not find a job anywhere, and also to get himself a box of crusty crackers. Meanwhile, Joe found himself really tense and nervous at the door outside the store. He was about to commit a bad crime, but he didn't had any choice, because in the capitalistic society they didn't want wizard anymore. Joe wanted to make a change and be less hungry about it. With that train of thought, Joe entered the store. He was getting more and more angry, and a tiny bit more hungry. He grabs the not as heavy as Joe thought the big box full of whole grain cracker. Then Joe ran as a maniac to the cash register and was yelling gibberish, because he was so built up with emotion his body refused to make sentences. During his sprint, he saw that there was yet another wizard like him behind the counter. Joe tried to communicate with the other wizard with super wizard magic mind powers. The other wizard was called Joline. Joe and Joline were both devastated that they weren't allowed to perform magic anymore. Then they both decided to rob the store together and get married and have 2 kids with a big box of whole grain crackers that was from the store where they first met. But Joline was not on the same page as Joe. Joline did illegal magic on Joe and ran away with the box of whole grain crackers and a bit of cash as well. Joe dropped dramatically on the cold and a bit dirty floor. Joe felt a bit happy in the moment laying on the floor in the grocery store. But when the cops arrived at the scene, they were treating Joe like some sort of bottom feeder, because Joe wasn't doing what the cops insisted. The cops were grabbing Joe brutally by his arms and taking him to the police car. In the back of the police car, Joe thought of still leaving this hellish place. He looked around in the car but couldn't find a way out. Meanwhile, the policemen were yelling at Joe that he would be locked away for a really long time. But this got Joe even more angry because it wasn't his fault. He just wanted to do magic and have a bit of those whole grain crackers. The anger built up, and when Joe couldn't take it anymore, he completely snapped and casted a secret spell on the 2 policemen who were sitting in the front seats. After that, Joe made the car disappear. Joe had his magical escape and flew away on a nearby broom inside a dark moving cave. Joe was really happy that he managed to disappear in this moving cave. But inside the a bit smelly cave, he met another wizard Wonder Woman called Judith. She was also on a magic quest to make the world a magical place again. Together they were on this journey and lived happily ever after. The end.
Breaking news. Night store heist takes a bizarre turn with unexplained cracker discovery. In a shocking incident that unfolded at a local night store, two drug-addicted individuals robbed the establishment, leaving behind a trail of chaos and mystery. The perpetrators, under the influence of drugs during the heist, successfully looted the store. However, the situation took a dark turn when two police officers intervened. Upon discovering one of the drug users at the scene, the officers attempted to apprehend the suspect. Tragically, both officers were shot dead, and their police vehicle erupted in flames, adding a layer of intensity to the unfolding drama. The remaining drug addict made a swift escape by hitching a ride in the back of a driving garbage truck. As law enforcement agencies intensified efforts to bring the criminals to justice, a bizarre twist emerged. Boxes of whole grain crackers were found scattered throughout the crime scene, for reasons yet unknown. Authorities are puzzled by the seemingly unrelated presence of the crackers and are investigating any potential connection to the ongoing investigation. The police chase is currently underway, creating an atmosphere of heightened tension in the local area. Residents are urged to remain cautious and report any information that may aid in the swift apprehension of the criminals. Updates on this unusual and dangerous situation will be provided as new details emerge.